kind of Phantoms, 7 points. Yeah. But so far, they're having a great time, which kind of gives them a bit of a buffer. They have to do well because they don't play tomorrow, and that's where their life is in everyone else's hands. Still probably too much when it's a top 6 scenario, but nothing is impossible.
Look at this. This should be... that should have been a slaughtering. That should have been a one-tap to that almost. Recurrent going to have to fall away. This is a bit of a fun battle. If you had a top-down view of all these teams... maybe afterwards, you'd see there's 3 teams all avoiding a bit of a pinnacle of the hill. You have one team towards the north, one towards the southeast, and one towards the southwest. The first couple of knocks kind of came back and forth, a little bit of a scuffle here and there, but no one fully committed. The knock we really saw just then hit towards Miraku was the first real draw of blood, but now we're going to see who knows where each other are. Deez, I think, is aware there's a team just up north from them. He's kind of holding that extremity for Phantoms, so this actually bodes very well for Phantoms and how they approach that. They seem to be aware of where both teams are. They now may be looking for more room, as long as Deez doesn't get too caught out. That's good work from K-Mine coming in. Does get the flush as well towards Vard. Quite surprising he was the one to claim that, as so many teams are starting to look towards that northern side. And I think Blaze are getting a little contact in the south as well, but WTSG, they're peeling. They're backing away. They do not have a strong position here, and now they need to avoid line of sight.
Well, in no way am I biased whatsoever. When you see like a big team like this taking a bit of damage, and the damage keeps continuing, Liquid take another one from WTSG. They'll have to commit the smokes and maybe potentially get this one out, but it also puts them in the predicament where if they go for the res, they could be in the line of sight of Ibi. Does he see? Yes, he does. Tap, 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 we go. And they'll just say, you know what? No, instantly off the back. The HP's removed. Mexi's also fallen.
Where's El Gigante just came in from the west? Yes, they made it across the bridge side. Wow, Mexi getting flush is a big loss. That was their kind of point man on the southern side, allowing people like K-Mine and Ibi to be a little bit freer in the north, you know, on the kind of, I guess, front of their assault here. Now, Jeems might have to pick up that piece. He now has to fall into action and keep them back. Third parties, we know this map is famous for it. As soon as you fire, even if you think you're clean, you can take this down, you know someone knows exactly where you are now.
So for some of these big teams, I kind of continue with what I mentioned in the previous one. For people like the Phantoms, if they see someone from WTSG, they know, okay, they had an absolutely stonking day yesterday. If we want to try and break into that top 6, they're a team we need to eliminate. For Phantoms, this is their last chance. They now, after this, only have, if you're including this, 4 maps. If they can go after the big dogs, Exalt, WTSG, Team Liquid, hell, they're going to do it because that helps them buffer. That helps them remove an opponent that's potentially in their way. It's a game of numbers, and if you can try and play those numbers to your advantage and go after a team that's in front of you, you're creating more room for yourself as you work up the rankings. So there could be some things in place. Maybe when we go to Erangel, we see the Phantoms trying to take out some of these bigger names, because ultimately, again, it's okay you doing well, but if everyone above you is also claiming points, it's all for nothing.
You're absolutely right. Exalt on the move and didn't get very far. Deer's the one to receive the bullets from Northern Lights, but it was towards the vehicle and he still was picked off the back of it, I'm sure. Now Shiv's under fire as well. Na'Vi had control, a great deal of control of the east, something I mentioned earlier, and it's paid dividends in this. They are now slap bang center of this one. They do have Phantoms close by. It's dead. Burning. Lipsin down, Blaze. They have a player in Barn, so you know this is always going to be cursed. You're not going to get away with it. A Doozy's dying to get in, but the fire's going to burn it out regardless. They don't need no help on this one. And now the rest of Blaze are on the move. Playing on the other side of the hill, on the eastern side of it, trying to move away. Maybe leapfrog up towards the circle position. But they also have Raise Your Edge, Ents, and Unique, all very close by.
1G's in the chat. Nice and crispy in the shack, unfortunately. There's so many memes that can be, and kind of things that you can say when they're called Team Blaze and you've also got a player on there, rest in peace. It's difficult not to actually line it up. Speaking of lining up, there's 2 players. One goes down in front of him. Standing's also there. 2 fall back-to-back. Aduzi and Pokemon left standing. RIP, though, from the backlines. What can he do? If he has an off angle here, this will be dangerous. This will be deadly for Unique. Goes for the spray, tries to get the information, but it has baited him out. That's a beautiful play to bring him into that conversation, reveal himself and show himself.
But he's lost them.
Yeah.
RIP has lost complete track of where they are. This actually kind of just cost them everything. If he'd kept some sort of tab on it, they would have been quite clean about that. Now, Raise Your Edge are going to be there. As much as they may get the points on Unique, they're probably going to lose the bigger picture. As Raise Your Edge now are walking up and hearing all of this, El Gigantum peeling away from Team Liquid. They're very close by, but they don't want it. They're going to work west to south. Here comes Raise Your Edge. They need to be swift. They need to be clean. Aduzi's holding an off angle. RIP now gets first contact, and Gaxi ain't looking so hot here. Lost HD moves moves away. It's time to make the play. Golden Mentor and Lost HD find their target. The hip fire is not with you this time. Apocalypse needs to happen now, and it's not going to work out. Blaze, they found one fight. But as said, they weren't able to work through it. But now look who's waiting in the wings. It's a doozy. Working back through, and Ents fancy this as well. They know there's points waiting to be had here. They moved themselves up. They were ready and waiting. A doozy lays it down, spots out Gaxi. Gaxi's got a time limit, and the dance begins, and the doozy's got himself a little tangled up. Raise your edge, though. Not going to make it out of this either, if I'm honest. I think Ents might get the final kill on this one if they don't get found by AD.
Once again, though, unfortunately for Raise Your Edge, they are playing back foot here to the blue. Many a team know exactly where they're going to be, and one of them is Ents. Ents have a little bit of a problem, though. Look at the south end of that map.
Oh,
AD
look at the west.
are wrapping slowly, but the west is a mess. Liquid, Elegiganten, EYG, and once this is all said and done, you've then got to take Paradise Resort. Tornado Energy, they're waiting in the wings. They want people to move into this. This is their territory. This is their home position for now. Once people arrive in there, that could be actually, it could be a quite interesting fight, to be honest with you. With the amount of different areas you can fight off the back of that, it'd be like a maze.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is welcome to a public game. Apparently, this is what every single person who ever drops Paradise. It feels like this. Why are there 20 pro players just around every corner with everything I don't have, like a gun? Anyway, Adepts working their way through on the south. They try to swing around and capitalize on Ents, making the push towards the likes of Raise Your Edge and Blaze previously. The battle in the west continues. Tornado Energy receiving some bullets there as well now. Liquid peeling off and breaking away further towards the north on the isolated building. Gaxi works forward, catches off Tixu. Not good. They lost sight of them, and Raise Your Edge have made it out of the blue. Cold Dementor on the run, as is Gaxi. Lynxy, I'm sure, is not far away either, just behind him. And now all the south have split their own way. Getting towards the circle is more important to taking that one fight. Elegiganten working south. Tornado Energy in the middle. But in the south, there is Noki. He was with the AD guys who went looking for Ents, but they're not too far away. It looks like there's almost that awkward gentleman's agreement of, all right, we're just going to go, I go north, you go south, and we're just not going to bother with each other until they get out of it. Now, Liquid did move first, so they get the first foot in the door, but they are getting the attention from WTSG, who'd love a bit of revenge on them.
Yeah, slowly but surely WTSG will work their way in. Rahina, though, have found the rest of Exalt. Remember, there's not much left of him, maybe potentially even one, and it will be Shiv. Actually, Monkey's with them as well, so the French dynamic duo can continue to at least survive for now. Shiv finds him insta. Misa dead, gone. 13th place for now. WTSG are firing onto Team Liquid. You have to take a look at that. Compot finds Zion. He's down. He's not dead just yet. The revive is possible, but WTSG are out in no man's land. If actually there is one player there, whether you want to commit to it or not and getting back on his feet is a completely different question altogether, because Team Liquid is still waiting for this one to happen. Iris pull forward. He's waiting. We move back. Elegiganten catches Phantom. There's two of them. He's holding. There's one. Will the transfer be real? Catches him just as he jumps out of the way, but it won't be for naught. Hits the deck. Hits the head. 1 HP and a dream, but it's not going to happen. 12th position will be their grave.
Yeah, somewhat of a nightmare at the end of it. Raise Your Edge have completely broken away from the south side. Ents have maintained with merely 2. The west isn't resolved yet. Everyone's very close by, and it's very... Oh my word, it's actually kept some of it in.
That's Roof.
That's
so,
yeah, here we go. So Compot
rough.
going to find a little bit of work here towards the north side. That's WTSG suffering again. Na'Vi hold the east completely. Phantom towards the north. Ents a bit of the south. Raise Your Edge backs to the blue. They're being pinned there by Na'Vi currently. They're being spotted out, so look at the kill feed. That might come in soon. Depends on the amount of vision. Northern Lights out in the blue, fighting towards Exalt. Not quite in the blue, but close enough to it. You have a couple of others looking for a way around. Na'Vi should now start building in. If anyone tries to work in from an angle they don't like, no one's going to get past them. I'm wondering where Northern Lights take themselves in this, because they have a very tricky way to get past Na'Vi as they have to do so. Go north, you've got a very open road in front of you. It's not going to work out. Now with the blue moving in, Liquid are safe. It's not a comfortable position, but it is safe. Tornado Energy are safe. AD safe, and safe. The teams we need to be scared for and worried for are all of those in transition, because there is not much easy access left on this circle now.
For Northern Lights and Raise Your Edge, they're just going to be pushed into a fight. And ultimately that might commit to their death. Na'Vi will be able to dictate where they go. Compot, I want to see his POV at some point, because he's been popping heads. He's up on top of the building inside Paradise. It'll have such an amazing overwatch on some of these teams. Melman's in the same scenario. Shiv comes around the corner, finds Ibby. Ibby and Liquid have to be careful. The more times they shoot, the more information they give away to the teams that are lingering. There's 2 sniper rifles here. You see Compot with a 24, and one of the players on AD definitely has a Kar 98 within his hands as well. Heads in abundance. Clicking them, well, it's a different question. Can it be done? Tornado, good foothold here, strong position. It will move away from them eventually, I think. However, for now, they definitely have a good overview of this entire fight and this entire map. And more importantly, it's strength in numbers.
The only team who's made it out of the blue so far, out of the ones we were discussing, it looks like Raise Your Edge in the south. But they did have the least amount of resistance, as only Ents were down there, and I think it's only Rustamar watching that. Tornado Energy finally getting a bit of attention themselves. They have been kind of willingly fighting just about everyone as they could. They can still work their way forward. K-Mine did get knocked, by example, but maybe recoverable, maybe not. We'll have to see what the terrain's like, if James could get to him. But still, overall, Tornado Energy, if they can keep the fights looking good for themselves, this could be a potential big win for them. But Na'Vi are building in, and Phantoms cannot be written off in this situation at all. There's a lot of teams with 4 players alive here. Northern Lights going down has removed some of the stragglers. So if you look at who's left, Phantoms has 4, AD has 4, Na'Vi has 4, Tornado Energy has 4. There's a lot of big teams here, so potential for trades is aplenty. You are looking for map control. Na'Vi are going to get a lot of the east, but there's not much cover there. Tornado Energy going to shift south towards AD, it seems.
Still hear Compot kicking that 24. And how long K-Mine's been down? Yes, it was only the first knock, but kind of speaks bigger volume of how little Team Liquid have got to play with. They do have these walls that they can move within. It's kind of the maze area, but the problem is how many teams will encroach on their position at the same time. Getting third party, even fourth party for Liquid is a very, very strong possibility, so they have to be careful. Na'Vi on the move. Finally, they come out of the resistance. There's so many players in front of them, Lauren. This could be difficult, but it could also be good to rack up points. Yeah,
Team Liquid are in a weird symbiotic relationship with Tornado Energy at the moment. Tornado Energy are keeping them safe, and now K-Mine's trying to get into himself. But he hears the steps. He knows that they're behind him. He knows they're very close by as well. Na'Vi was starting to get some pace to them. They wanted to move in quickly, but they had to kind of back away and look at the options in front of them. And here we go. Example's got another glimpse. Ibby gets put on notice.
He gets that in there.
This could be big. This could be a big nade. That's the last one he's got, so make it count. Does it find the target? No. Ibby lives to fight another day, and K-Mine, look at that angle. He's prone down. He's watching it as soon as they move around. If he pushes down, they're going to spot him. Tornado Energy, you have to know this now. Na'Vi, spot players out towards the south. This is a stalemate. It closes in again. Any one of those extremities is now under the gun. Na'Vi northeast. Gaxi gets in. Rustamar goes down. They're trying to win out in the south. And that's a nice little bit of play because Squeaky's now alone in one of the only bits of hard cover left in this. They could unearth him here. Now, fire from K-Mine. He was ready and waiting. Aliat goes down. Where's the next? Anyone else going to fall? Deez is on the way. Recrent's on the way. That's for Phantoms. This north side's about to get treacherous. Noki comes in. He wants it on the action. Kompot goes down. And the nade from James could not be better timed. Buying a couple of seconds, but now everyone's piling in towards Liquid. They're the tantalizing prospect, and Phantoms has to get past them, but it's AD doing the damage.
It's a three-way in Paradise, unfortunately, and all these teams are just going to go one-on-one. Example, crawling, begging for dear help. Squeaky onto Senya, he's found Na'Vi. They decide to move at the same time. Liquid goes out, caught in a drastic position. AD time to strike. Perfect. Both of the teams that were up there with them, they fall. They pick up the points. More importantly for Na'Vi, they just... How on earth they got round that corner without being taken down by one of the players coming out of Ents is beyond me. They have lost players, though, to Raise Your Edge.
How are they still doing this, Rich?
No
Gaxi's got 5 kills.
Well, there you go. That's the reason. It's Gaxi. The man is a machine. We've seen what he can do in the past, and now he's delivering on all fronts. Lynxie's backing him up. Bestelotch falls. Na'Vi going on the gun to Raise Your Edge here.
They had 4 alive, and they took that building, and they're down to 1 standing. That's insane. And these guys on the other side of things have kicked it off. Already getting those 10 kills in the bag. They swept that north side. Tap is out of there. We're down to 2 teams. If Raise Your Edge can do anything, it would be phenomenal. Already getting this far is pretty damn impressive. Gaxi on the hill. Lynxie is there. But they know exactly where they are. There's 1 player knocked, they're going to be picked up. There's a time limit, and it's not a lot. Very limited utility. I think they might know that this one is not looking likely. The Car-98 is there, but they can bait the shot. AD are holding. Adepts are waiting patiently. They should not drop the ball on this, but Raise Your Edge have been fighting against the odds the entire time.
With the blue on the back and all 4 players staring at them, this should be a shooting field. Initial contact made.
Should be!
Somehow gets it, but now it's a 1 versus 3 scenario. See you later, bye-bye. AD get the win. But it's not without a damn good challenge from Raise Your Edge. Adepts come out on top.
That sweep from almost south to north that they went on towards the end through Paradise could not have been better timed. They took down Liquid, they took down Tornado Energy, the remainders of the Phantoms, they worked through, everyone was there. But if you want to look at a gritty team, that southern fight that those guys had, coming out by Barn, that sort of hillside to the west of it, Raise Your Edge fought plenty of guys. They were down to 2 players for so long. They got past Ents, they got past Blaze, they got past so many people looking their way and fought to 2nd place. So we are starting to see a lot more teams warming up in this lobby. And for me, I can't think of a better way to close towards Erangel now.
Adepts did a beautiful job to be able to finish off what people were leaving. I mean, especially from a third-party scenario, to get involved at the perfect right time. I think they took players from both sides of Tornado and Liquid. And removing of Liquid from that middle kind of area with the secluded walls, which is basically a security port, is good for them, because all they did, all 4 players, was run to the middle, take on Raise Your Edge, ultimately came out on top.
It was really, really good.
Fight.
I actually can't wait to hear from these players as well. Banks, go at it.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with Sunzi over here, because yesterday you guys had some pretty good placements, but maybe not so many kills. So what did you guys talk about last night going into today?
Yeah, you know, we have nothing to lose, just focus on our game and just play more aggressive to try to take some hard spot and some kills, just to be more consistent. Don't make a small mistake who cost a lot of games. So yeah, just play as far as we do on this game and just kill them all.
Well, you certainly killed them all, because you ended up with 12 kills across the board plus the win, so a big victory coming out here. You guys a big fan of Sanhok though? You like rocking it on this map?
Not that much really. I mean, our best game is Erangel, so Miramar is a bad game for us. Sanhok as well, but we played good. We analyzed a lot of this circle, so we was ready. So now just prove it on Erangel, and we have still our spot on top 6, I guess, with 1 more game, 1 top 1, 1 chicken, and we're in.
And it's do or die, right? Because this is the last set of games you're going to have across today. So what are your game plan now going into it? Have you got some kind of something saved that you're ready to make sure you get all the points you need?
Nah, just we have to play our game just like what we do in this game. Just stay focused, stay calm, play our game, play style, kills. Could be nice.
And how much of an advantage do you think you have against other teams with the fact that this roster, this lineup has been together for quite some time?
I don't really know. We just listen Noki. He's a main guy. He's too good for us. So listen, we follow, and it's done.
Well, there you go, guys. If you want to be successful, follow Noki. It seems to be the way to go forward with it. And we're going to go forward to the desk, because these guys have secured a win.
Before the game, of course, we mentioned 3 features. We mentioned mountain, river, road. Is it a coincidence that there is a triangle in the logo of Adepts? I don't think so. Maybe there's a higher power at play here. Ooh, spooky. I've got Frozen, I've got Avenger here with me. Gentlemen, is the Illuminati at play here with this win?
There's something wrong with you, man.
Yeah. What do you mean?
What's wrong with you? No, let's break it down. Adepts played this really well. Overall, they managed to keep kind of the northern side and gatekeep a lot of people, and also third part of the last fight. It was really nice to see they managed to take this win home. It's a good time to kind of start at this. Yesterday, they didn't show too much promise, but today they are looking to end on a high note.
What was nice to see was how they were bouncing back and forth, south, north, making sure which is most important for us to take right now. And they were clearing that out all the time, making sure, okay, now it's time to third party north side. Let's go there. Then boom, back down to the south.
Boom. Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at the highlights here. Of course. Great highlights actually from Sanhok as a whole, and a more normal circle compared to our previous one from day number 1.
One thing's interesting, if you look at Elgiganten here, they have the TSM split. They're dropping on the same spot where TSM dropped yesterday, because they saw the circle, they saw that the key for TSM's victory was to have people on the top there. They did the same drop, actually. Well, the circle didn't go there, though.
No, it did not. Not at all. Actually focusing on Paradise Resort to get things going. And actually the circle's towards the end. We're towards Paradise Resort there. So kind of a more unique circle. We really don't see that too often over on that Paradise Resort side. What do you think? Coincidence? Why are you looking at me like this?
Yeah, maybe the Illuminati's played a role again. No, it was nice, as I said before, and Adepts stepping up to this I feel like Tornado Energy could have a bit more out of this game, but they ended up being kind of pushed in an off position, and then they had a two-way, three-way fight. They did manage to get some kills. There's a little bit of a placement point, but compared to yesterday, how well they're able to play and compared to how they're able to play today, they really need to step up in the last 3 games of Rangel to be able to finish on a high note.
I'm glad we actually got that grenade on highlights there, because I don't think, maybe we didn't quite catch that during the game, but it was a very good grenade on towards finishing off those last 2 remaining players by James. Let's take a look at the points coming in. Ends up towards top of our bottom 8 teams, I should say, with those 3 points. A lot of distribution here amongst them, so quite even indeed. 1 through 8 though. 22 points for Adept. The Stonemasons working hard there for Adept. And we have 14 points coming in for Raise Your Edge. Actually, quite a lot of points for Raise Your Edge there. Not a bad start.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see them pop off too much in the first 2 previous games, but now it's looking much brighter. We saw them going down to 2 persons pretty early on in the game. They were fighting on the south side, in the blue actually, with 2 other teams. Had lost knock, but still managed to take that fight, win that. And then they had Ents keeping them out of in the blue still. But they managed to work around that and later on even wipe out Ents.
If they were able to keep 1 or 2 more players alive in the end, they would have had a pretty decent chance to win here. But Adepts, it was 4 versus 2 situation. Adepts has a really nice split. They were stuck in kind of inside a building, and Ratio Edge, they were out of completely out of utility. They may have had 1 smoke over there. They weren't able to loot too much before that. So it was nice to see them be able to get this much out of the game.
Definitely so. 3 members of Adepts there as well, being able to get into the top 5 of the damage done. Very, very cool to see. So nice to see some of these teams kind of step it up here, getting a few more points under their belt. However, there is still work to do for them because they've played, well, this is their 2nd day. Tomorrow, fate is not in their hands.
Yeah.
Well, one of those teams, again, Phantom, they got 34 points so far today with 6 points in the previous game there. A little bit of hitting the brake from previous games, but still not too bad. And if they can keep it up, if they can start on the pedal again, the gas pedal, I mean, they can get some more kills, some more points on the board. They can put themselves up there.
Both Adepts and Tornado Energy, obviously, they're 22 points behind Exalt. So Exalt is looking very good right now in terms of they need to get a few more points, and then they'll obviously be very, very safe going into tomorrow. They can watch the game from the bed at the hotel with some champagne and already celebrate if they're into that. But I talked to Yannick a little bit, and he said, no, we want 100 points. We want to make sure. So they're pulling full steam of this. They want to make sure that they are not the number 1 going into tomorrow. So they're like, it has to be 6 teams passing them before they're out. So yeah,
absolutely. Well, thank you very much, gents. Of course, we are now here for a small break, and then we'll be going on to Erangel. The truth is out there somewhere. So let's take a magnified look and look at Group A.
Well, my thoughts about the first day, I mean, it all went really good. We only had 1 bad game. We did few mistakes, only 1 bad game where we didn't hold our edge. That made us lose, only got us 1 point in that game. But overall, it was fine. Went all like it was planned.
For us, it was a bit rough because we were chasing the circle a bit, a lot. I mean, we got a chance, but we failed at the team play. Now we're in the 2nd day.
Мы его сыграли супер ужасно, и тяжело, но мы стараемся играть лучше. Ошибки вчерашние у нас в основном были индивидуальные, то есть по большей части это были важные моменты, мы не перестреливали врага, и важные моменты мы не разменивали друг друга, когда это необходимо было.
We want to be really aggressive overall. We're not hiding, we go for every fight, we're really strong in fights. IG inside games, they impressed me in the Miramar game. I think they had a lot of kills when they won. I think they're a pretty good team, and it takes some time till they get used to the LAN environment. But once they get used to it, I think they will be pretty good.
L'équipe qui nous a le plus impressionné hier, je pense, c'est Exalt, sachant qu'ils ont fait 2 top 1, ils sont premiers avec 74 points. Donc ils ont été solides sur tous les plans de jeu. Ils ont une avance confortable, donc les Exalt ont été assez impressionnants hier.
Exalt. They were very good.
Вчера меня удивили реально Экзальты. Они хорошо стартанули и удивили Inside Games.
We want to hunt for kills. Everybody wants to go for the kills.
Я считаю, что просто мы играли не в свою игру. Вот, надо быть просто поувереннее, поагрессивнее.
To the PGS qualifier. It's great. We've got more games to come. It's 3 more. I'm a bit weird today, guys. I'm sorry. I know you're laughing at me, but it's just one of those days.
He hasn't, like, he's been shut off. You've been in a basement for the last 3 months.
I've been retaining all of my energy for 3. I was on a 2.5-month break, all right? All of it's built up. Well, I had Katowice last weekend.
Now you're exploding in here. No, it's good. I like the high energy. The casters are loving the high energy as well going into the game. I like it. And also, this is what the teams they need to do going into the games. They need the high energy off the
good
start.
Transition.
They're only playing 12 games.
Yeah, nice. I like that. Frost likes that too. Of course, we've got our standings here right now. Exalt sprinkling in a little bit of surprise amongst some of our previous members that we were just talking to from some of the teams because they've done so darn well. However, 81 points and 81 points here for WTSG and Team Liquid catching on up. But these 3 teams are almost a shoo-in if they continue on with the performance.
They played yesterday as well, and so goes with Tornado and Adepts. 3 more games. They got to step it up now. They got to get as many points as possible.
Yes.
Because they're not playing tomorrow.
No, exactly. Liquid, WTSG, Exalt, Tornado,